Gordon's been a vital piece in the Chargers offense over the last 3 seasons. His 38 total touchdowns are second most in the NFL, behind only Todd Gurley. And he's been consistent, too, scoring at least 12 in each of those seasons. So, Dan, what's the latest on this one?
Yeah, the announcement yesterday that they weren't going to negotiate with him and through the season is sort of unnecessarily aggressive, right? I mean, like you talk to agents around the league, the Chargers are one of the more difficult teams to deal with, and this is an example of why. They play hardball. You remember a couple of years ago when Joey Bosa was holding out training camp his rookie year, they put out a statement on the eve of training camp sort of criticizing the player for not accepting their offer and being there yet. So the Chargers have a little bit of a history here. That's why I was not super surprised to see this happen yesterday, but I just don't understand the utility of it. The day before, we find out they're allowing him to go seek a trade. Look at trade. If we're not, you think you're worth more than what we're offering, go find it from some other team, and then we'll see if we can work out a trade with that team. But at this point, they like the running backs they have. Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson. They feel like they can win with those guys. So if Melvin Gordon shows up, great, they'll welcome him back, but he's running low on options.
So when it comes to an agent in this specific instance with Melvin Gordon, when a team says, okay, go find somebody else, see if you can go somewhere else, what does that look like? How does that come about? Basically, you get to act as if you're a free agent. You can take calls with other teams, talk contract parameters, and then if you find something you like, you find a team, it's hypothetical, all right, hypothetical. The Texans, right? They come to you and say, yeah, we would give you this contract if they traded you to us. You can work all that out, but then it can still fall apart because the Texans now have to talk to the Chargers and work out a trade. Are you going to want to give up significant compensation in exchange for a player that you're also now going to have to sign to a long-term contract? Can you make Gordon and the Chargers happy? That's what he's working against right now. And look, let's be honest. The Chargers have other issues. With putting Derwin James on IR, they've got issues on defense. Obviously, they'd like to have Melvin Gordon back, but there are concerns all over the place, Greedy.
Well, yeah, let's figure out just how significant this loss would be if indeed it is a loss. We talked about Zeke being the difference between the Cowboys being a Super Bowl team and not. What is Melvin Gordon to the Chargers?
A piece to the puzzle, but he's not the most important. And there's other pieces that can fit in and make the puzzle complete, and that's Eckler and Jackson. And so I've been outspoken, like the Chargers can still go be the team that a lot of us expect them to be without Melvin Gordon because, one, their offense on first, second, third down runs through their quarterback. They've got 2 premier elite receivers, a great tight end, and backup backs that are really, really good. And so listen, the Chargers are telling you exactly what they think of Melvin Gordon. They've told him you can go seek a trade, and now they're telling you, even if you don't find a trade partner, we're still not going to talk to you till after the season. So they're telling us what they think of him.
Listen, head coach Anthony Lynn is a former running back coach. You don't think he hasn't had a game plan for this whole situation? He's like, look, Melvin Gordon, you're a good back, but we have other backs that we can make things happen. Remember last year, they didn't even have Hunter Henry until the end of the year. Now they have him fresh, ready to go. They got the pieces in place, regardless of Melvin Gordon, to be able to be really good on offense.
Yeah, you see them there. Austin Eckler, who everybody really likes a lot, and Justin Jackson from Northwestern, who's actually a really good player as well. Here's the other thing that I think is important to point out. A lot of us, I think of Melvin Gordon as being an elite back because his fantasy numbers are elite.
Right.
He scores 2 touchdowns every game.
Right.
And I think what happens is they throw the ball to Keenan Allen. He gets caught. He gets run down at the 2-yard line, and they give it to Gordon, and he scores. So I think Gordon's fantasy value, and sometimes I think people's minds work that way. We think of him as an elite back. You're telling me he isn't that.
No,
he's not Zeke.
He's a really good back, and that's important for us to say. He's a really good back. But again, when you're the Chargers, you totally have points to score points, or chances every week to score points with what you have.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.